other friends and subscribers around the world. Back again, man. Today, it's actually later in the day of yesterday's video. Thought we'd do two while we're out here. It's got some other stuff going on. And this here is, come through, they have a crew come through that clears some of this out. This is one of the Forest Service project. This is actually maybe it's the other side. The other side's a timber sale area. But they come through, do this, and then they actually did this 2 years ago. And they're supposed to come through, you know, they leave some to rot away on the ground, but they're supposed to come through and pile up a lot of this for slash piles, because look at it right now. If fire gets in here, man, that's a lot of fuel. We're just kind of kicking down through here just to see if there's any downed tamaracks, but it looks like for the most part what they did is went through and they cut down the majority of these are all lodgepole pines. They've cut down most of the lodgepole, and then this is the tamaracks. This is Miss Kitty's favorite. This is heaven on earth. How amazingly beautiful it is out here. And then freaking really. Boy, that would take a lot of effort, wouldn't it? It is freaking disgusting. Wow. Camp etiquette. Etiquette. However you say it. I'm a dang hillbilly, man. I don't know about all this crap. You wouldn't believe how many shit piles that I cover. And look how soft that dirt is right there. You know, even if they didn't have a shovel. I didn't have a shovel. Flipping humans. Just saying, it's I think it's been 2 years, and this right here, there's no logging road, and they're logging back up in here, and it was some powdery, crazy stuff. But I mean, full on logging road, man, and that is how fast. Once, you know, and they pulled it down with a dozer or a backhoe, pulled it down some. Man, you can hardly even tell there was ever a dang road there, man. It was a pretty good sized one. Pretty good sized one. So, got our fences done. Then we were sawing up some wood. Went and got some tamarack and some red fir that we were sawing up. And then we talked to our new friend, our old buddy up there, the guy from Michigan, elk hunter. He tried to give me, I left those matches there in my last video. He tried to give me $5. Well, get out of here, man. He kept throwing at my truck. Finally, I did the hillbilly magic trick, stuck it in his pocket, and he's all, where'd it go? And I'm all, I don't know, you'll have to find it later. But anyway, we were up there cutting wood and everything. We ended up, because there's service, it's spotty up here, but there was service. And just, God, man, the kids are going crazy down there. So now we're stopped here, but we got to haul butt back to the Crick Bottom, because now it went from Karra's house, the fires. That fire has blown up. This morning when we left this morning, it said 24 or 24, I think it was 24% contained. So, oh, well, man, they're starting to get it, under control. And today the winds have picked up and it's hot and it's blown up, and now it has shot north, and up in our county is Bear, Idaho. They're evacuating Bear, Idaho, Hornet Crick, all these places, and now Katie and Tim are in stage 2 and have to be prepared to go at a moment's notice. So
I need to get down there and calm my children.
Yes, because they start panicking. They need mom and dad. Yeah. So we're gonna get down there so we can figure out what's going on and if it's blowing up. And man, I told I haven't even got his name, man, old boy up here, because I told him I'd be paying attention. He's got service, because that's where we actually got service, was where we stopped to talk to him. And that's when the phone started going off, and so we let him know too, and he didn't know nothing. He hadn't heard nothing. He said, well, I knew it was bad this morning when I was up there. It seemed like it sure was smoky. But he didn't know nothing about it. So man, put thoughts and prayers for everybody in their homes. We actually have a friend that her granddaughter, and they're expecting their brand new baby at any time, and
lost their house. Yep,
lost their house, burned to the ground, but they got out safe. Yep. They got, some of their stuff and all that. So praise the good Lord for that. Yeah. Man, put them firefighters in your thoughts and prayers too, man. And Oregon and California and Washington and Idaho, man. The whole Northwest we're lit up, man. Huh? All right. How's that working off the tailgate? It's working off the tailgate. Amazing. Oh no, I need to grab a dang pickaroo. Forgot about my pickaroo. Holy crap. You're so smart, Miss Kitty. You want to do this segment on this? Look at that, right off the tailgate, man. It's great. Where do you want to do it?
I don't care. Where do you want to do it?
Do we have anything we were going to show?
I don't have anything.
Just your pretty face. Man, that's great. Howdy up there. This kid is doing some crazy stuff with the camera.
Oh, he's got this nice little mounting thing that you can like clip it on stuff, and he
I need to pull out my dang light clipping stuff. I know you wanted me to clip it to the front of the General, man, but I have a bolt-on one. I got that whole bag of accessories, but I'm quite sure I put that right now.
Oh,
that happens around. You should see all the crap we got.
You see it every day.
We just hauled in.
It's in plain sight. You just.
Oh, really? You know where it's at?
I know exactly where it's at.
Dude. I can look through it, man. I can get all that fancy stuff, because I've been playing the heck out of the GoPro, loving it. And then the new editor, this kitty just found some other stuff, and then we're watching some YouTube videos and everything on the new editors. Kai, go. Go lay down, dude. Crazy dog, gotta be in it, don't you? But oh, somehow yesterday, or the day that I filmed TNT out here splitting wood, I ended up filming the
sideways,
so we had to get on there and figure out how to use the editor to get it to put it the right way. Man, dude, I'm dying. This smoke is
thick,
insane. Talked about yesterday, we started a video because we were going to do 2 different videos, and we wanted to actually talk about backwoods or back camping etiquette.
Yeah.
I got it, man. Etiquette.
Wilderness etiquette.
Etiquette. What I call it? Etiquette.
That's fine.
Etiquette. Hey,
I think you know what he meant.
Hillbilly, I don't care. Yeah. Taking care of your damn self out in the woods.
Yeah.
And not leaving it for other people.
Yeah, there's
being considerate.
Yeah. One forest over, we're in the Payette National Forest here, forest over the Boise National Forest. They have an area that they've actually had to close down.
That we spent
because people are not picking up after themselves. They're destroying, leaving trash.
Grimes Crick.
Yeah, Grimes Crick. And if you're interested in looking at that, just type in Grimes Crick, Idaho, and it's going to pop up. But it's
and we hauled.
Very sad.
And it's been bad for
a long time.
From before we had kids, we used to go up there. It was a quick, easy place to go up, camp out, man. Pine trees, man. Nice river, man. The kokanee run up in there. Good fishing.
And it's not just the trash that people are leaving that made them close it. It's the destruction of the land.
Yep. And
because people don't know the do's and don'ts when you're out there.
Right. And then you get because they were also having the shit buckets and the shit piles everywhere that they were concerned. And there's actually even vault toilet up there, and which there wasn't back in our day, but you wouldn't believe how much trash we hauled out of there over the years.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to tell some stories about like the four-wheelers in the river.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that too. Yeah.
Okay, and that's it's destruction of the land. You got to know what you're doing when you go out.
Yeah, we got a friend, man. I won't mention no names or anything or what forest or whatever. Idaho, in Idaho, and he's a forest ranger. That issues tickets and stuff like that, and he's out on his patrol. And this is in salmon and steelhead country, where they actually still make it up here because they get around the dams, because our steelhead and all that, the dams, the few fish that do make it up here anymore.
In their habitat.
And anyway, so he's going across the bridge and he looks down the bridge and says to himself, "You have got to be shitting me." And there's two side-by-sides.
People
driving right down the center of the creek, basically chasing the fish down the creek. Well, man, that cost them $1,800 a piece.
Yeah.
They should have got to spend some jail time too.
Yeah.
Because that is horse crap.
Yeah.
And then another one dude, I could sit here and tell you the stories you wouldn't believe. Some of the stories. I have a lot of friends that are in the Forest Service and stuff. And the other one was he went and there's a camp trailer, man, and he was on patrol doing they need more of the law enforcement doing it because I wish I could do it because that one guy that's been up there for over 3 weeks, it's 18 days, and I think 18 days is too dang much in one spot because. You want to jump in here?
I do. I got things to say too.
Because other people can't even get a chance. This dude, I think he's leaving it there till rifle season.
To save himself
a spot.
Well, one of the problems is Idaho is growing so fast that they don't have the allocated funds to put enforcement officers out there.
Which we don't want, and I'm not here saying, man, that I want a bunch of dang forest police by no means. I'm not in. I don't like government control and the government telling me what to do.
You need to know the laws and abide by them when you go out in the wilderness.
And when we're seeing the stuff, and we're seeing the, the destruction and hearing about, people running these things up a river, chasing freaking trout and they're steelhead and salmon and stuff.
And their response was, "Well, I didn't know I couldn't do that."
Yeah, well, man, you got to write all this crap out. That's because they came from somewhere else, and they're, and that's one of the things we have on the problem that we have on our mountain, and not so much. And I'll tell you another story here in a second, which I haven't finished the other one yet. But on our mountain, once you get up past our fish fences and get over into the next area, the problem that we have is in Donley and Cascade, they rent side-by-sides. They rent them out to people that come from other places and stuff and hand them the keys and a couple of helmets and away they go, have fun. And they get up there, never done anything like that, and they're flying. I mean, they are putting roads. It is.
They go off-road where they shouldn't.
And just tearing, stuff up. And man, dude, I grew up snowmobiling. I grew up riding dirt bikes. I grew up, four-wheelers, all that. I love all that stuff. But as many people and everything that is... and dude, I want y'all. I am not, saying that. We all want to enjoy the hills and the forests and stuff, but we don't want to be sitting there. If you look back at my videos, man, I'm picking mushrooms, and here comes a side-by-side right through a plush, no road area, man, and I'm just standing there, and they looked over and was all, and I'm just standing there like, really? Dude, we've got to protect what we have. And no, I'm not 100% Forest Service. There's stuff they do drives me flipping batty.
But somebody's got to do that.
Yeah, and that goes with everything in life. You always got to have a happy medium, man. And freaking, I'm not.
Okay, so squirrel moment.
Squirrel moment. Yeah, but dude, you can get off on it. It's not really a squirrel moment. It's a freaking life moment. Right. And then the other one, which was not on my mountain, but a friend of ours tells us they'd went by. This is back to like this guy that's been up here, man. You know, by the time we go back up on our fence, he'll have that trailer sitting there for a month. And I have not seen a human there once.
Not once.
So here's this, I mean, it's a nice trailer, man. One of those little teardrop
very
looking.
large camp spot.
Yeah, a very nice
large.
camp spot
And
on the
nice.
creek, man. Nice. We've taken you, if you look back on our videos, we've taken you to that camp spot. You know, and it's just sitting there. I don't know, you know, like I said, maybe he put it there and he's trying to keep that spot for rifle season, you know, in October. I don't know what he's doing. And, you know, and of course, I do, you know, people, well, it's none of your damn business. Well, actually it is. I make it my business, and I drive by it, you know, 2, 3, 4 times a week, and I think it's a crock of crap, because there is some family or some grandparents that would like to take their grandkids to that nice little spot. My daughter would have camped there last weekend.
Right.
Or this past weekend, because she went up there and I told her, you know, a couple of spots. I'd already told her that one was full, but because she went camping up that way this weekend. So this buddy of ours, a friend of ours, you know, drives by and here's this, you know, he marks down or writes, keeps track of how long this camper's been here, and the 18 days goes by, and about almost a month into it, he stops by and he puts on a, you know, not a ticket or nothing, man. Just your time's up and you need to move your camp trailer. He comes, he gives it a couple days, goes back by, the slips, you know, there's nobody there. The slips off the camper, and
it's still
this
there,
camper's still there, obviously. So he writes up another slip, puts it on the camper. Another 4 or 5 days goes by and he's back up in that area checking things. There, the slip's gone, camper's still there. Now he's starting to get agitated. You know, now it's over a month that thing's been sitting there. So when he gets back, he asks his boss, what do you want me to do about this, man? I've left this slip to tell him to get out there twice and it's still there. And his boss says, I'll go hook on it, man. I'll call the sheriff, county sheriff and stuff, but you go hook onto that and pull that down to our yard. So a couple days goes by and all of a sudden they get a call from the sheriff's office. Hey, them guys are looking for their trailer. They're freaking out, and
they called and reported it stolen.
Yes, reported it stolen. And the sheriff, when they called the sheriff gave him a time and said, we will meet you at the Forest Service bullpen. They want to talk to you. So they ended up getting there. You know, I don't know what, you know, I don't know all the details of that, but I'm sure they ended up getting a fine or had to pay for, you know, hauling that out, and that's good. You know, that's I used to drive a tow truck, you know, and there's no difference than them pulling on to somewhere that they're only supposed to stay 18 days and staying over a month. You know, man, if I had anything to say about it, I would love to be in the thing and be able to law enforcement how long.
Right.
You know.
To keep track of.
I mean, there's other people that want to use that, man, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to go, you know, and spend your 2 weeks hunting or whatever, you know, man. That's what it's all about. My thing is I've seen it more and more in the last few years, is this putting your trailer there and just keeping the camp spot, man, and never even really being there, man, and you leave it sit there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and maybe you come up on the weekends. Maybe that's why I don't see those people. Maybe they're just coming up on the weekends, and good for them, man. They're using it, you know, like a cabin, but and that's fine for your allotted time. But after your allotted time is, get the hell out. Let somebody else enjoy it, man. What was the other?
The
the drone.
Drones.
So
in the national forest.
100%
illegal. 100% legal. You can do it.
Yeah, you can have. I'd love to have you on the
rules.
drone.
You got to follow the rules.
So Miss Karra, which one of the rules is, if you fly a drone, if you're hunting and you fly a drone while you're up hunting and you're hunting, you cannot hunt for 24 hours after you've flown that drone, which is totally, I mean, what the heck, man? To be able to sit there and go fly, hey, there's a couple of elk over here, man. Let's circle around this way and get them. You know, that's horse crap, dude. So anyway, you know, I don't know if this person was using it for hunting or whatever. It just happens to be hunting season. But Miss Karra, like I said, was up, you know, a whole group of them up there camping, having a good time. And she said she kept on, and we should have had her. She was just here. We should have had her tell the story on it. Man, but her mouth turns to potty mouth when she starts talking about it, and I understand. Because I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
So she said they're sitting there and stuff, and she kept on hearing this little, Now she's looking around thinking, man, is that like two hummingbirds are fighting, or what the heck is going on here? And then she, here comes Red. And then she looks up, and there's a little drone hovering. And she looks at it, and she just goes like that, and it goes, and she said it went over to here, and then hovered, so then she went like that, and it goes and took off, man. And so she texted us because she actually had service up there, and she's all, "Oh, Dad, what would you do?" I said, "I'd shoot that sumbitch right out of the sky." Man,
I said, well, maybe not
them
shoot
all,
it.
yeah, but I would have.
Maybe follow it back to its camp and take their license plate.
And
see.
they actually, she looked up the laws and stuff, and if you're in your camp spot and somebody does fly over a drone, it's actually invasion of privacy.
Invasion of privacy,
Yep,
and
they
they
cannot be hovering around looking at your camp.
camp.
You know, I'd be like, I guarantee one flies over into the Crick Bottom, it's gone, and I'll blow it right out of the sky.
And the other issue with, at this time, we've got so many wildfires, tanker planes are flying over all the time. And anytime there's any kind of fire situation, you can't fly your drone.
Right.
You cannot fly your drone.
Yeah, and she
during
said
the
they were
fire
going.
situation.
Yeah, she was, you know, obviously not in the evacuation area and stuff,
Right.
but she was.
Right.
The tankers were flying
Still
over
flying
and all
over.
that stuff. So
Still
I don't
affects
know.
the flight pattern.
Well, yeah, I don't know. They,
Yeah.
you know, and she said, who knows? I don't
Yeah.
really know that much about drones. My son-in-law's got one. I'd love to have one for, you know, Doug and Stacey do those.
Aerial
You know, yeah,
shots
so it'd be
with
pretty
the
cool to
planes.
have one. But anyway, so that's a little bit of take on that, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know,
The
that's
land
just,
is there for all of us
absolutely,
to use.
it's all of ours.
So go
yeah.
enjoy it.
You know?
Enjoy it to the max,
Right.
but follow the rules and take care of yourself, and don't invade on other people's enjoyment as well.
Yeah, and you know, man, don't
Right.
hog. You know, and I'd love to go up there and build me a cabin up there.
And
you know,
just
just
live.
out of yeah. I mean,
well,
it's
that'd
our
be
land.
cool.
Why can't I build
Why
me?
can't I live there?
So I understand, you know,
Yeah.
that feeling of it,
Right.
and the leaving your camper. And we've done very rarely. I just never liked leaving mine. But there was a few times actually up Grimes
We
Creek
did.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
way
You know,
back.
way back in the day when Grimes Creek, man,
25 years ago.
it was pretty trash. Get pretty trash back then too. And one of the problems with Grimes Creek is it's so close to Boise because it's
Right.
about 3/4 of the way to Idaho City from Boise, so it's only 25 miles or something out of Boise, man. But yeah, I guess they've shut it down for all. I don't know about all recreation.
Well, they have, yeah.
Oh,
for
is it
everything.
really? Yeah.
Yeah, and until it can be rehabilitated, which
And,
who knows how long that could take.
Right. Seeing the way we
Don't
clean
know.
up and stuff, like I've showed in some of ours. I mean, we've done it for always, man. And I remember just hauling
Yeah,
bags
bags out
and
of Grimes
bags
Creek,
and
yeah.
bags out of Grimes
Oh,
Creek
yeah.
and stuff, man. It was always bad. You know, get some bad campers and stuff in there. Anyway, I guess that's our little gripe session and stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
wanted to throw our
Yeah.
2 cents in out there. We're here today. I mean, we didn't finish this up in the mountain because KDee still right now, and she was just on the phone with us a minute ago because they're still under stage 2 evacuation, which is have everything ready and
Be prepared to leave at a moment's
a
notice.
moment's notice. When she headed in, she has to check in because their road that they live off of is closed. You know, so there's the police or whatever or blockade, and you have to check in and tell them where you're going and who you are and all that. And he told they went in. That's been going on for a couple days, or since yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah,
And they went in a couple of times, and the people this time when she said in there, they're all, now you're ready to go, right? You're ready to go to moment's notice.
everything
Have your stuff
prepared?
ready. You got everything prepared because they just got a couple of hogs, a couple pigs, piglets,
Couple months
and
ago,
then they got their chickens, and they got ducks and dogs and cats, and so they've got arrangements with their friends to get a
some
stock trailer over
some
there
really
real
good
fast.
friends offered with their stock
So
trailer.
thank you very
to come
much
and
for
get the
that,
animals.
too.
Yes,
That was
thank you.
awesome.
That's awesome for that.
So they
support.
said at a moment's notice they'll be over there to help them get the animals out of there. So that's all I got, man. I just wanted to share a couple of stories, man.
Yeah.
Might have to sit down and do more of some of them stories are just
crazy.
it's just crazy the things people do and take care of what we got, man.
Yeah.
Right now it's all burning
Well,
up, man.
we don't want what's left closed. to the
Right,
public.
absolutely. Well, yeah, Grimes Creek, that actually
Right.
broke our heart. They just they
Yeah.
did that before too, and it was the same reason they were finding needles. The hot springs up there
Yes.
on the way to
Right.
between Banks and Garden Valley. There was a hot springs, man. We went to it.
Beautiful natural hot springs.
Natural hot springs, man.
100%
Easy to get to.
natural.
You can pull up in there
Awesome.
and stuff, man. They started finding needles, and which I think that my personal opinion, not on Grimes Creek, it's pretty dang
Yeah.
nasty. And I'm sure nowadays, 20, 30 years later, I'm sure it's really freaking nasty.
Yeah.
But the hot springs and stuff like that, they were saying how many, finding multiple, syringes from people shooting up and all this. Maybe they did. But then you also take, that, man, I had, being who I am, I always take the other side, and I think that was BLM, was wanting to shut that down, so they're going to do this. And so, man, I ain't all, definitely ain't 100% Forest Service. BLM, I definitely have issues with some of the BLM crap. So, don't get me riled up, man. That's it. Please check out the links down below and the t-shirts. Make sure I could have showed the book again. Get your postcards in. We should have showed. Got a couple of postcards. Get your postcards in. We're going to do a drawing for one of the books that we're in, the American Dreams books. So check that out. We need to let him know we were doing that too. And the links for the Bonanza and the eBay store.
Great way to support the channel.
And we appreciate that very much. And you have anything else, Miss Kitty?
I do not.
All right. And good Lord willing, them creeks don't rise.
We'll be back again tomorrow.
See ya.